On Saturday, the Uganda People's Defense Forces announced a successful anti-terrorism operation in which they neutralized a female suspected suicide bomber in Kalerwe, whom they had been tracking and believed was about to carry out a devastating terror attack in the country. While the Uganda Police Force are reluctant to provide a comprehensive report on the incident, citing ongoing investigations, Rusoke Kituuma commended the security operatives involved in the successful operation and reiterated their commitment to enforcing peace and security in the country, despite potential terror threats.
Wish to commend and applaud our gallant officers of security forces, the UPDF and the other security agencies. They managed to nip in the bud of a potential a terrorist threat that would have probably caused a lot of damage to our population. So they managed to take action before the enemy could execute his mission.
However, Kituuma urged members of the public, especially proprietors of vulnerable soft targets such as churches, bus parks, and markets, to maintain heightened vigilance against potential terror threats at all times, noting that terrorists operate without a fixed schedule or predictable patterns.
The security measures that the community needs to take to try to address those threats. We have engaged public transport operators. We have engaged the leaders, owners of malls, their managers. So this is not a new story. Prone areas are those areas I have mentioned. I have mentioned transport terminals, areas which collect large numbers of people like markets. I have talked about arcades and areas of worship. So all those areas, as long as you are areas of entertainment, as long as you operate a business of that kind or you visit those kind of areas, pick interest. You can pick interest as a potential victim or as somebody who has the custodianship to ensure that the public is safe.
On the other hand, Kituuma also issued a stern warning against the prevalent practice of civilians obstructing law enforcement officers from executing lawful arrests, emphasizing that such actions can escalate into tragic loss of innocent lives. He stressed that this behavior is not only risky, but also punishable by law.
You recall we have had incidents where police officers have even lost their lives, not so far away ago, and equally civilians have lost their lives. So we feel it is very timely and important to notify the public out there that these acts of lawlessness are both risky but punishable. They are risky and punishable, and they shall not be tolerated. Officers attempting to arrest a robbery suspect called Chuha Alex were attacked by the suspect and his brother, both armed with pangas. One officer was injured during that scuffle, and also the brother of the suspect who was shot in the knee.
Meanwhile, the police's chief political commissar, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Ubaldo Bamnoba, announced that the force will undertake a series of community outreach activities, including donating to adoption homes, in the lead up to the annual Africa Public Service Day celebrations, slated for next month.
And the entire police leadership and the police fraternity shall be involved in all the activities that shall precede the celebrations of the Africa Public Service Day. We shall have a series of events that shall precede the final day to mark this important day.
Africa Public Service Day is a strategic event on the African Union calendar, celebrated annually on June 23rd across the African continent by all AU member states. This year, Uganda will observe the celebration is on July 7th under the theme, Enhancing the Agility and Resilience of Public Institutions to Achieve Equitable Governance and Rapidly Address Historical Service Delivery Gaps.